On a 215 crore rupee worth of contract, this is for the Hyderabad Sewage Treatment Plant. We have NS Rao, the Group CFO, joining us. Hello and welcome to the show, Mr. Rao. My first question to you is about the order win. If you can give us more details on in terms of execution, what does this mean for the company and more?
Hi, good morning to you. Thanks for me to be on this forum. Coming back to the recent award that we have won is about 21 STPs for entire maintenance as well as also the diversion. These are the projects which have been implemented by the state government from 2003 onwards till about a couple of years ago. The reason for we being in this space is that for the last 20 years, we are the specialists in this game and also a kind of a pioneers, having established India's largest facilities both under the USAB, which is called the upward slow anchorage of the sledge up moving anaerobic, the blanket technology. And also recently we have established the India's largest 320 MLD STP, which uses the sequential batch reactor. So with this technology background and also the deep experience, these are the 21 projects which have been awarded to us. And I think we shouldn't have any problem as far as executing these projects in a timely fashion. So that's the take as far as on the current order is concerned. Coming back to your question on the what is that you would look into based on the current order book position. If you look into the last 9 months, we have already got about 17 projects or 630 crores. And we are today in fray for about 14,000 crore worth of projects where the tenders are being called for, and in about 6,000 crores worth of the projects, the tenders are yet to be opened. So that is a kind of the order book position, configuration, and the flavor. So that's it.
Right. Mr. Rao, this is Hiral on this side. So currently, as per the September release, 8,505 odd crores is where the order book stands. Post that, the additions that have happened, at what is your estimation, at what order book are you expected to close FY25? And in terms of execution, what's the timeline for this order book?
The post-September, we have additionally another 250 crores of the order book that has been received and closed. And currently we are, the status where we are in is at about 2,400 crores of the projects where the tenders have to be opened. I expect at least 50% of it should be closed before the end of the March. And there is another 14,000 crores worth of the projects where the tenders are being worked out. So we expect the current order position of about 8,100 crores to be closed around 10,000 crores by the end of this year. And out of whatever the 14,000 crores outcome, even if I take about 25,000 plus 25% of it, it should be another 3,000 crores. So the order book position would be substantially robust as we anticipate as of now.
So substantial increase in the order book that we are looking at. You mentioned about a 14,000 crore worth of an opportunity that you're looking at. Want to understand from you, what is the success ratio you usually like for Ramky Infra? Which are the key projects in focus that you currently wish to bid for? Which segments? If you can give us more perspective on that as well.
Well, if you look into the projects where we have already been awarded the configuration, if you took the water treatment and the wastewater and wastewater treatment and also the STPs. If you have to look into the potential of this, thanks to the government initiative, and if you look at the last budgetary allocation, only on one segment of this entire WWW, that is the wastewater, the last segment, you have about 4,000 the urban civic bodies, and out of which 8 are about the categories of the metropolitan. And the STPs, if we have to get even 100, have been the promulgated to be taken on a priority. The scope seems to be quite substantive as far as that one segment is concerned. We are also into the buildings where we have got the group projects coming in. That's almost about 30% of my revenue, which is not going to go down in any way, and which will only be an accentuation. It will may increase about 10 to 15%. Then recently we have forayed into, though previously we were there, and we have got into the power related the projects also. So we are into basically urban solutions or urban infra solution kind of a thing where the most critical water treatment and wastewater treatment to an extent of zero liquid discharge. That's what we are aiming at. There is one more segment which is much bigger. This is the industrial infra solutions, where the industrial parks are provided with all the outside battery limits and also the common effluent treatment plant. For the knowledge, we have established already India's largest CETP at Visakhapatnam, which is a pharma city. And it is the largest, having about 104 who and who of the pharma industry having established their facilities there. And India has about 12 industrial corridors, and there are about 36 to 40 industrial zones where you need to have such facilities to happen. So we are quite eager and also positively looking forward for this industrial infra solutions also. So this gamut will cover the entire hardware part of it and also engineering solutions, the software part of it. That's where we are in today.
So, Mr. Rao, just to understand, three businesses that you're actually focusing on is EPC, development, that is the developer part of it, and thirdly is ops and maintenance, right? Which are great opportunities for your business. What is the revenue contribution that you're expecting from these three business heads in the next 2 to 3 years? How will it change from now, and how will it aid margins?
Continue to be there on the roughly between the EPC and the development is about 50% of my revenues of the order position. And another 50% comes from my O&M. O&M spans over 10 to 15 years. So it is a steady and a consistent and also quality income. Coming back to the EPC and development, this is another 48 to 49% of our revenues which would come. And today's order book position can state me easily for another 2.5 years. And with the order book position, apart from that, what we are going to bid and we are going to have, perhaps I don't think that we would have any kind of a concern for subsequent another 2 to 3 years. So that is the kind of the potential and also the space where we are in today.
Okay, well, that's as far as the mix is concerned. Now, coming to the performance that you've had so far in the first half, you've seen a revenue downtick of around 3.7% and margins at 22%. This is as compared to the 29% of margins that we had seen in the last half of financial year 2024. Want to understand from you in terms of where FY25 and 26 is concerned, what is the kind of projection, the kind of growth that you expect in terms of where the revenue is, where the margins are, if you can give us more clarity on that.
As far as my first 2 quarters are concerned, the second quarter has been afflicted by a loss of about 21 days in construction activity because of unusual and heavy torrential rains. That is the reason for the slight downward, the tick there. But as far as the profitability is concerned, we expect to maintain between 20 to 25%. That should be in place. Coming back to the next year, we expect next year to be in line with our progress for the last 3 years, that is 25, 26. And I mean, looking at the current order book position that we have today, even if the kind of the 1/4 or 1/3 of it is coming into our fold, or even 20, 25%, the growth rate would be either at the same level, whatever the CAGR that we have achieved, or even it may be a little better than what we are today. That's what our anticipation.
Right.